Percocet Productions here today, and we are going to be ranking the Call of Duties. Not just like any certain sections or anything, but the Call of Duty games themselves.
We got about 16 here to look at. We're not going to be doing any of the first 3 Call of Duties. We're going to start at Call of Duty 4.
So I'm Ethan.
And I'm Jason.
All right, let's get into it. Number 16 for me. We're going to bang this one out real quick because I fucking hate this game. Infinite Warfare. Worst piece of garbage ever made. Worst game. I fucking hate it. I never want to touch this fucking game again. Just personal opinion.
Didn't that game come out with the remake of Modern Warfare 1?
I don't know. I played the remake more than I did the fucking Infinite Warfare because it was trash.
Yeah. My number 16 is Infinite Warfare.
It makes me so mad because it was such a terrible game.
That's all I got to say, man. That's all I got to say.
All right, so that takes us to 15, which was Advanced Warfare. Sensing a
Really?
pattern here. I thought Advanced Warfare was garbage. It was the first one to have like the laser guns. I don't know if it was the first one to have like the jetpacks and shit like that, but it was just a terrible setup, terrible layout. Sledgehammer really got fucked with this one because I think it was their first one they did, and it was just not good.
My number 15 is Vanguard. Vanguard is bad. There's nothing really to save it. The zombies was bad. It was supposed to be good. How does Sledgehammer continue to put out mediocre games?
I'm not far off. I actually put Vanguard at 14. I think Sledgehammer had one good game, and honestly, it wasn't even like good compared to some of these other ones. I honestly feel like they should just go back to Infinity Ward and Treyarch. Personal opinion. But yeah, Vanguard was kind of ass. It was probably the least talked about Call of Duty in the last 10 years because it was just not, there was nothing good about it.
That was your number 14, right?
Yes.
My number 14 is Call of Duty Ghosts.
No.
Hold up. I do not understand, and I will plant my flag firmly down here. I do not understand this revisionist history that Call of Duty Ghosts was a good game. I know when this bitch came out, nobody liked it. Nobody liked it. And for some reason, I can't understand why. Maybe it's 10-year nostalgia. The maps were big. They played awfully. No one had fun. The reason why we got into jetpacks was because this boring ass game. This boring ass game is the reason why we got into jetpacks, because it was so boring and so slow that they were like, oh, we need to speed it up. Call of Duty Ghosts, bad game. Most of you guys watching this video were probably 5 when it came out, so you like it a lot. It's not a good game. Never was a good game. I don't know why. Actually, they did have one really cool game mode. But I'm not going to talk about Extinction because it was really bad compared to Zombies as well. Ghosts, a bad game. That's my flag.
Okay, we'll touch on that one a little later. My number 13 is actually Black Ops 4.
Okay.
I hated the multiplayer. It was basically just like a reskin of Black Ops 3. You even had the same operators. There was like no difference. And actually, I don't think they brought all the operators back. They took some out. What the fuck is the point? What, like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
And then like the zombies was very underwhelming. I didn't even bother to touch the campaign. I don't know if there was a campaign. I don't think there was on Black Ops 4.
There was not a campaign.
Yeah, so it was just it was kind of pathetic, you know? Like, I really would not want to ever touch this game again.
My number 13 is Black Ops 4 as well. Disappointed by the reskin. I know they had Blackout mode for the very first time, or Warzone. That introduced a whole new line of stuff to Call of Duty, but I don't think it was that good as Warzone. Zombies was really mid. Really mid. No campaign. Bit of laziness there. And the multiplayer was multiplayer. It was a multiplayer that happened.
Yeah. So that takes us to number 12. My number 12, I actually said Modern Warfare 1, like the original from 2007, I believe it was.
Okay.
I did not play this enough to really warrant liking it. I got into Call of Duty, the next year with World at War, and I never really got as into it. I mean, I went back and I played it and stuff, and I played the remaster and stuff, but I just couldn't get into it like some of these other ones that I got.
My number 12 is Modern Warfare 2019 edition.
Ooh.
The remaster, the game that I will say saved Call of Duty from near extinction, really. I think it like rejuvenated its sales. I did not play this game enough to rank it fairly or invest time into it enough to give it the light of day. I don't have attachment to Modern Warfare characters. I never cared about Soap, Ghost, or any of those boys. I did not really care too much about this Call of Duty.
So that's gonna take us to number 11.
Yep.
which might be a hot take, but I am going to say my number 11 is World War II by Sledgehammer. I did enjoy the game. Multiplayer was kind of bullshit. Zombies was really hyped up, but it was not that good. It
No.
really, really wasn't that good. I mean, granted, loading in the first time, it was a little freaky, like compared to what we were used to with, Treyarch zombies, where it was a little cartoony,
Yeah.
but it just wasn't enough. Campaign was very good though. I will say the campaign was like the glorious shining achievement of the game. It was
Wow.
still better than Advanced Warfare though and Vanguard. So it was like Sledgehammer's best game in the rotation so far.
Yeah. My number 11 is MW1, the OG COD 4, the game that really started it for a lot of people. And us, we were not those people. So we obviously rank it a bit lower than the people who have that attachment to that game.
Right.
Yeah, it's a you got to give that credit that Call of Duty so much credit for being the one that brought multiplayer to the game. It brought it all to the dance, really.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, it's an outdated game. I never got into it. I was too young. And it makes it a number 11 for me. So now we're in the top 10.
All right, so now that we're in the top 10, we'll at least spend a little more time on some of these because it'll be interesting to hear the thoughts of one another. So for my number 10, I actually said Modern Warfare 3.
Wow.
I personally was not that big of a fan when Modern Warfare 3 was out. I really did not like it that much. It wasn't terrible, but I did not enjoy it. I honestly felt like, like I didn't want to play it. I more or less wanted to go back to Call of Duty Black Ops 1. I honestly feel like, I would go back to another Call of Duty before I did this one.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't as good. And I think it had the special ops mode, which was okay. But
Mm-hmm.
again, it wasn't zombies. Infinity Ward was just trying to find something to compete with zombies.
I'm going to give some flowers to my number 10, Advanced Warfare.
What the
Advanced
fuck?
Warfare is a game that I had a lot of fun on because it was the game that changed the direction of the Call of Duty franchise forever. It was the game that no longer took Call of Duty super serious and tried so hard, where Ghost was this grimy, ugly, boring game, and Advanced Warfare said, hey, let's make you colorful. Let's make you fun again. Let's make you have random freaking suits and ambitious things. And I will say the exosuit system was a bit much to deal with. It was a bit much to deal with. It wasn't the best to deal with, but it was not as bad as Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare had like 3 years to get rid of that thing. This was the first time they tried it, and they failed, but I had a lot of fun with it. This game did introduce loot boxes, which was very bad for the Call of Duty franchise.
Yeah, that led to a lot of black.
A lot of flack indeed. But I like the maps. I think it was a fun game to play at times. And honestly, the campaign really fun. Advanced Warfare's campaign was really fun. I like this game. Maybe because I just spent more time in it than I did the other ones.
That was your number 10, correct?
Yep, my number 10.
So my number 9 was actually Modern Warfare, the 2019 version.
All right.
I actually liked this game a lot. I feel like it did a lot for the community, like you said. Like it really kind of brought people back in because they were losing a lot of
Yeah.
people, and I was one of them. Like I really started to just go away.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was so cool to see like this redone, and honestly, they're doing such a better job with this story now than they did. I personally like this story that they're doing a lot. Really fun multiplayer, really good game. Campaign was really good too.
Yeah.
I don't remember if there was another game mode or not because all I really did was play multiplayer and the campaign. I didn't really do anything else. Multiplayer was fun. I remember us, always kind of getting together and playing. It really did bring like the gang back together
Yeah.
after we had all been separated for like, I don't know, probably a couple titles before that.
Even though I never had this game.
Yeah, you did. Remember
No?
we played Shoot House on it.
Shoe House?
Yeah.
NW1?
Yeah.
I I
I
don't.
literally have a video of us all playing it.
This game?
Yes.
I never played this game, bro.
You
I
did. I'm
never
telling
played
you.
this.
I am telling you.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
If I got it, it was I never played multiplayer. Like
You probably didn't play it often, but I know you did.
I maybe gave it like 2 hours of my time. Maybe. For some reason, I did not. I don't know, dude. I don't even know if it's in my library. Like I don't know where it is. I guess I did. Maybe I did. I guess that just shows why I put it so low. Shoot House was a small map, right?
Yes,
Okay, yeah, I did play that map, I guess, a few times. I remember
it
that
was
map.
it was the one with the fake helicopter in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Weird. I remember that map. We would play it 24/7, right?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, what the hell? Why? I don't know. I remember playing that Call of Duty. Weird. I remember that Call of Duty was not for me. I got it late. I got it late. I did not play it when all you guys were playing it.
No, I don't think so.
I was late to the party on that one. But yeah, that
Well,
was your number 9.
yeah, that was my number 9.
My number 9 is Cold War. This Call of Duty was I actually got this Call of Duty for free. Um, and it was fun. I honestly probably would not have gotten it if I didn't get it for free, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was a return back to the basics for Treyarch after
Hmm.
Black Ops 4 massively flopped. I don't know why they released a reskin of PO3. Um, and Cold War had a lot to it. The zombies on it was, it's not the best zombies, but at least it wasn't as bad as BO4 zombies.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's really nice to see some of the characters return in this game. It's nice to go back to this time period. But I do think that this Call of Duty kind of lacked a bit of a punch to it. But that's just me.
My number 8 was actually Cold War.
Yeah.
Campaign was very good. I will say I actually really did enjoy the campaign a lot. Really good ending in my opinion. I honestly was kind of clueless. I'm sure there were plenty of context clues and shit, but once it really did it, I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, it was very good campaign. I played it for a while, but then I kind of just lost interest. So I don't think it really did a good job in keeping me hooked.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy playing it when I did play it.
Yeah.
You know, zombies. I don't think I really played past the first map because it was
Yeah.
cool, but again, it just didn't keep me hooked on it. Something about it just did not keep me in the loop with it. But I
Yeah.
was happy to see a return to, like the Cold War era because we had that with another Call of Duty and they only touched on it one time before Cold War, which was very strange.
I like what they did with Cold War. I like when they brought back some of the maps, and I liked the scheme of it. It did feel very BO1-ish, but for some reason it was missing something that BO1 had.
Yeah, it didn't have the same appeal,
Yeah, maybe we just grew out of it.
maybe.
um, but my number 7, my number 8 actually, my number 8, is World at War.
Okay.
World at War. What can I say bad about World at War? I have to say something bad because I put it so low. Honestly, I can't say anything bad about
The
it.
fucking hackers. How about that?
That was pretty bad. But you know what? I think honestly, I just spent more time in all of the other Call of Duties ahead of it. I'm very biased around a certain period in Call of Duty history, and World at War was just before my prime time Call of Duty days.
Mm.
I like World at War. It introduced zombies. Did not do zombies the best, but it did introduce zombies. Um, you also had a very good campaign. I know how good the campaign was. It's actually funny that you kill all of the zombies crew in the campaign. But you also had multiplayer and you had a lot of really good fun guns. And a lot of really good maps. I wish I played it more. I wish I played it more during its time. It's a bit outdated now and it's impossible to play now, but
Mhm.
I do wish I played it more.
Yeah, it's understandable. And like really honestly, the fucking hackers did kind of ruin multiplayer if you got there late.
Yeah, they cooked it.
You'd have people flying around or invincible or invisible and it was kind of sad.
Yeah.
But it was a really fun game. My
Mm.
number 7 is actually Modern Warfare 2 2022 edition.
Wow.
I really like the game so far. Campaign. I beat the campaign. I thought it was really enjoyable. I do kind of feel like they're like taking things a lot slower than they did with the original Modern Warfare trilogy, which could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. I kind of feel like there was one mission that was really missing from the campaign, and I'm gonna just say the title of the mission and everybody's gonna know what I'm talking about, and that is No Russian. That mission was it's so controversial, yet it's so fun to just mow down all these people. As fucked up as that sounds, it was actually a really fun mission, and that might make me a bad person, but I just kind of feel like that was missing from the campaign a little bit. Multiplayer so far is pretty fun. I haven't really played the ground war mode, and I don't really plan to. Supposedly, and this is just kind of like, like supposedly shit going on. There are files in Modern Warfare 2's game shit
Mm-hmm.
that says zombies mode.
Really?
So I don't know how true that is. I'm not going digging through the files because I'm not that in depth with it, but that is something that I have seen pop up. And
What?
yeah, I'm not 100% certain what the third mode is going to be or how that's going to work, but I'm not really too concerned with it, honestly.
That's insane. That's crazy. I guess I'll get more into that when it comes up on my list. That's crazy. My number 7 is actually Modern Warfare 3. Might be the Call of Duty that I spent the most time in. Close to. One of the probably top 3 most time spent in a Call of Duty. And this one, Modern Warfare 3 was, man, it was really fun. Super fun. You had Dome, which was a great map. It was a great map. I know, very good map. Infected, which was an all-time game mode, the like very first custom game mode that just exploded.
Not better than Sticks or Stones.
It really is though, man. Peak popularity, Infected. It was so popular they had to actually add it into the game. That's how popular it was. You also had the Scar. The Scar was just as deadly as it's ever been in this game. It was a lot of fun. The MP7, amazing gun. My goodness, that gun was great. They had so many good guns. Kill Confirmed was introduced in this Call of Duty, funny enough. And Kill Confirmed has been a great game mode ever since, really.
Really?
All time, yeah. No, I wasn't in BO1, funny enough. And you also had, I'm pretty sure you had like a survival mode or something. Spec Ops type thing, some sort
Yeah.
of third mode.
Yeah, I think it was Spec Ops.
And Spec Ops really, it was before zombies, and Spec Ops really made something good out of the third game mode. It was not zombies, but it was something fun. That would come as a third game mode. I really like MW3. I really like. There were 80 levels to that thing, man. 80 levels to Prestige.
Yeah.
That's
And there were
fun.
still like, what? There were still like 10 prestiges or something, right? Or
Yeah,
15?
ton of stuff to do in MW3. And I think, it really did its job as the final Modern Warfare in the series. I think the campaign was good enough. I think they brought back some maps as remasters. That was fun. I like MW3.
Number 6 for me, you're going to disagree with this. I said Ghosts.
Whoa.
Now,
Whoa.
the reason I say that is because the campaign was actually pretty good. I'm a little upset by the cliffhanger ending. Granted, they kind of figured that this was going to lead to a series just like Modern Warfare. And honestly, I think what really fucked this game was that it was right when they were transitioning from PS3 to PS4, which it would be like, every other console switching and shit like that. But I think that's what really fucked Ghosts in the end because they were separating their forces between the two. And honestly, it's a shame. I actually really enjoyed Extinction. I actually loved Extinction. I think it's actually my second favorite mode out of anything behind zombies. And honestly, I would put Extinction above some of these other fucking zombies shit we got.
Yeah.
It's better than World War II zombies. It's better than I think Black Ops 4 zombies. Vanguard zombies is just shit. I actually really enjoyed Extinction a lot, and I could go on all night talking about that. But then we get to the multiplayer. Now, I actually did enjoy Ghost multiplayer. In the beginning, it was kind of balls, but you had some of the maps that you could get going on. I don't remember some of them off the top of my head, but I remember there was one that was like a stadium that was I remember the hot dog specifically for some reason. And you could get a special care package or whatever that was like a nuke on the map that would wipe out the whole map. And that leads
Yeah.
me into my next point. You had the map specific care package things that you could get. Like there was the one map where it was like a foggy swamp area, and you could be Michael Myers. You would put the mask on, and you'd run around with an axe, and the music would play in the background. Or, there was the one volcano map where you could be the Predator, or you could get the Lava Strike, which is basically just a bunch of lava blown in the air, or you could get the one with the ship that would bombard the coastal town. There were a bunch of really cool special like kill streaks you could get that weren't really kill streaks. They were just luck of the draw in the care packages. You know, I have
Mhm.
fond memories of the game. I actually really did enjoy the game. Um, that's why I put it at number 6. I know a lot of people did not like it. A lot of people hated it. Personally, though, I think it was a solid game. It's just if they would have gotten a fair shot with it to just be on one console, I think it could have been better. And
Okay.
I will plant my flag there.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can say we can go back and forth on Ghost all the time, but there is a reason why Ghost 2 never happened. And Infinite
Understandable.
Warfare did. Think about that. Infinite Warfare happened and Ghost 2 did not.
But we see which one is more hated.
Yeah. Yeah. Infinity
All right.
War did not have any good games till like they had like a 8-year gap. 8-year gap.
Honest to God, I actually thought Infinity Ward was going to go under
They were very
before
bad.
they put out Modern Warfare 2019.
Yeah, they were
I thought
struggling.
I thought they were done.
They were really struggling and somehow they brought it back. I mean, hey, there are some new games that I liked, which my number 6 is one of them. World War II.
Okay.
I like this game a lot, dude. I like this game a lot. For some reason, I liked the aesthetic. I liked the vibe that it was going for. I love the guns. I mean, Sledgehammer really took it back for this one. I mean, going from Advanced Warfare to this, I mean, totally different like settings for them, and I think they killed it. I think they really nailed it with the campaign. And bro, let me tell you the best part about World War II. This Call of Duty, which the best thing about this Call of Duty is that it had the game mode War. War
Mm,
was I miss it, dude. I miss this game mode so
I will
much.
agree. The war game mode was actually very fun.
So fun, man. Just storming a tank, playing through D-Day. And you didn't care about KD. You just played and just enjoyed it over and over again, you know? It took place during World War II. The campaign was fantastic. The campaign made you care about characters and love them. Good guns. I know actually this game is not very popular, I think, in the community for some reason. I don't know why, because I think it was a good game. But yeah, that's and mainly War, so good, so good. And that is my number 6.
Okay. So here we go with top 5.
The
Look
best
at this
Call of
shit.
Duties of all time.
And our lists are going to be a little different, but I actually suspect we're going to have a couple good ones, or a couple that are very
Yes.
similar. My
Yes.
number 5, I actually said Black Ops 2.
Okay.
I know a lot of people would put Black Ops 1 as their favorite,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's not a bad game, but I think the multiplayer kind of threw me off a little because we went from Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer and shit, and it got a little bit more futuristic-y because Black Ops 2 was the one where he jumped to 2025, right?
Yeah.
And I see that was really the beginning of the end. That was like the jump to futuristic shit, and I wasn't with it. I was not a fan of it to begin with. Campaign, I wasn't the biggest fan of.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of I don't know. I kind of feel like it was a cop out because Woods survived. Granted, they didn't show Woods dying in Black Ops 1, but I don't know. I kind of feel like the campaign was just like rushed to fit the narrative. Like, oh shit, this game did good. Let's just go to make another one, like a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Zombies, fantastic. I
Yeah.
mean, you had a couple shit maps. You had Transit, Die Rise, and Nuketown, but you had three of the best maps in Origins, Buried, and Mob of the Dead.
For sure.
Three solid, fantastic maps, and I would play any of them again.
Yeah.
But honestly, I had to put it at number 5 because I just think that these other 4 maps ahead of it were so much better to me.
My number 5 is actually Black Ops 2 as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, same one. For all the reasons you listed. This game might be the most popular number 1 Call of Duty for some reason. But This is where we have it, number 5. Yeah, zombies, best part of the game, fantastic. A lot of people love the multiplayer. I thought it was good, but I did not think it was great. I honestly did not spend a super amount of time in it. I know Hijacked is like one of the most iconic maps of all time, the ship map.
Right? Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't really like it that much, honestly. Maybe Nuketown 2025 was fun. I'll give Nuketown that before it was overplayed and then ran into
Hmm.
the ground.
But it was still a reskin.
It was a reskin. No,
Overall.
you're right. You're definitely right there. And campaign, yeah, it had some weird parts for sure. I think Wood surviving BO1 isn't bad per se, but him being alive in 2025 at like 80 is kind of a stretch. Um,
Mm.
Especially for all that he went through. Um, but and playing as Mason's son was kind of weird. Um,
Mhm.
and honestly, it's kind of crazy to say we're only 3 years away, less than 3 years away from 2025, and we have none of that technology.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, future is never what it seems.
Very strange.
But yeah, number 5 for me as well, Black Ops 2. Well, no, I guess not the worst of the Black Ops series, but it was still a great Call of Duty, I will say. Still a
Yeah.
great Call of Duty, mainly for zombies. If you take out zombies, if you just base it multiplayer, I would have this game maybe bottom 5. But
I actually 100% agree with that. I think zombies is really the saving grace.
carried it.
Yes.
But
All right.
few
So that's
more.
going to lead us to number 4.
Hmm.
And something I'm noticing here is Treyarch games are kind of really overpowering the others in my list,
Yeah.
and that's going to continue on with number 4 being Black Ops 3.
Okay.
Now, this might be a little low, but Black Ops 3 was very solid. Multiplayer was, I wouldn't say great, but it was good. The multiplayer was good. I could play it. I did enjoy playing it. I feel like they kind of balanced all the futuristic stuff a little better than they had been doing.
Hmm.
With that being said, it was still futuristic, so I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but it wasn't terrible. Campaign, I didn't even really play the campaign. I had no interest.
Yeah.
Really, the whole reason it's ranked this high for me is zombies.
Hmm.
I mean, that's really the only saving grace. If the zombies wasn't on here, this game probably would be one of the worst to me because I didn't even have
Hmm.
the ambition to play the campaign. The multiplayer was just good. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
Zombies though, they really saved the day. I mean, you had some of the best maps that we've seen in a while with the most shit to do. And honestly, I can't really say that I hate any of the
Hmm.
zombies maps on here.
Yeah.
You had Shadows, which isn't necessarily the best map, but I still think there's a lot worse than Shadows. It's not the worst zombies map. Der
No.
Eisendrache is phenomenal. Gord Krovi is great. Zetsuba no Shima is good.
Yeah.
Revelations was okay.
Right.
And then you got Zombies Chronicles. And
Yeah.
Zombies Chronicles really is what propelled this game to the next level. And the Gobblegum system with Zombie Chronicles was perfect. I love the Gobblegums. I hate that we got rid of them. I cannot believe that Black Ops 4 got rid of them for these stupid brews and all this other shit that they got and all that other bullshit. It was terrible. Dumb idea,
Yeah.
idiot mistake. Whoever did that should be fired.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
My number 4. I do see the pattern of the chair games, but I do think that Activision has some, or not Activision, Infinity Ward has some bangers. Number 4 for me is MW2, uh,
Okay.
the old one.
The original one.
Yes, this game was fantastic. I think it really sparked interest in Call of Duty. Like this game and BO1 were the peak of Call of Duty. I think in terms of sales. Maybe I think modern Call of Duties actually are up there too, surprisingly.
Hmm.
But this game, the reason why Infinity Ward remastered and redid MW1 and then MW2 is because of this game. This game basically made the series legendary. Spec Ops was legendary in this game. Multiplayer was iconic. You had maps like Terminal, and Rust. Right, Rust was on this one.
Yep.
Banger. Certified banger. Amazing guns as well. This game I cannot say enough good things about. I wish I played more of it, honestly. I did have tons of fun. I didn't realize how much fun I would be missing out on by not partaking in this game. It was fantastic. And the multiplayer, I mean, I mean, not the multiplayer, the campaign. The campaign. I know I said that I never really cared about Ghost and Price and all of them, but the shocking twist in this campaign,
Oh yeah, the ending, man. That was like heartbreaking.
the most iconic moment in campaign history.
Yeah.
Like this and Treyarch, this game is amazing, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Top three.
All right. Top three. For my number three, I actually said World at War.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to be able to play this game in its heyday before it got ruined. Very fun, very fun multiplayer. I really enjoyed it. You know, it was. I mean, it was like mostly bolt action stuff, but you did have like the STG and the Browning and the bar, and like the MG42. Like the bolt action stuff actually could compete with some of the other guns, and I feel like they did a very good job of balancing. Now, granted, it's hard to balance when you have monsters like the PPSH and the MG42,
Yeah.
but I honestly feel like it was a very good multiplayer. And they also had maps that had tanks and stuff on them too.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Call of Duty is starting to do again. Yeah, and this was the last Call of Duty that actually had like tanks and shit on the battlefield of a multiplayer map, like just a generic 6v6.
Yeah.
Now we're actually starting to get that shit again. And really, it was fun map, fun modes. I liked all the, like I liked the announcers. I liked the setup. I liked the grittiness of it too.
Yeah. That's
This
true.
game was very gory. Like, if you threw, like, nowadays, if you throw a grenade at somebody, they just blow up. In this
Yeah.
game, they blew to pieces. You'd watch arms fly off, you'd watch legs blow off, heads, and that was like multiplayer toned that down a lot over the years lately. I mean, campaign, you can still see that shit, but in multiplayer, it just didn't happen. You would just blow up and fall over.
Yeah.
But in World of War multiplayer, you really did just explode into pieces. Campaign was very fun. I mean, there weren't any real like memorable characters, maybe besides Reznov.
Yeah.
I mean, Dimitri was too, but I mean, that's kind of really it. Like
Reznov got his shine in BF1
he
and
did,
2.
he did. They were very memorable characters. Like those were the only two I think, and only
Yeah.
because of their appearance later on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, other than that, I don't really remember anybody from the American campaign. Um, don't really remember anybody else. Um, Zombies was pretty good.
Yeah.
I did like the zombies. It was the first game that had the zombies. Nocturne Totem, of course, is like the OG. There wasn't much to it. Verruct, they added the Perca-Colas and traps. They started to really like get into the vibe. Shino Numa was actually a pretty good map. Introduced the Hellhounds and the Wonder Wafa, and then Derice
Yeah.
was the granddaddy of all the maps. Like this thing, Derice was in my opinion, we've already ranked him. It was the best zombies map in my opinion,
Yeah.
and I really think that in a three-way event, World at War really was like a top three game. I really love the grittiness. I love the darkness behind it. Like, nowadays when you load into a Call of Duty, like the music's kind of upbeat. It's kind of like a little happier. The
Yeah.
World at War music and background soundtrack and stuff made you feel like you really were in a war zone. Like it was depressing.
Yeah.
It was very sad, and it was like it was good. It set the tone of the game. It was a dark game.
Yeah. It was a dark game. Yeah. It was very good. It was very, very good. A great Call of Duty in all terms of the sense. Um, but that leads me into my number three, Modern Warfare 2, the new one.
Really?
I might
Wow,
have
that's
ranked it a
pretty
bit
high.
high. I might have ranked it a bit high, but man, I want Call of Duty to do good again. I want Call of Duty to be good again. Maybe this is my optimism for the series, hoping this is in a good way. I mean, honestly, in 15 years this game will be ugly, but today as it stands, it is so beautiful. It is such a gorgeous game. Such a
For
gorgeous
real.
game. It really makes you look back at old games and be like, what the hell? This is a potato. Um, but like, man, the missions, the maps, the everything about it is just gorgeous. And I know that's not a lot, but I will say that in modern Call of Duties, you had a lot of bunny hopping, a lot of slide canceling. This game negated that
Mhm.
by being able to cancel that. The guns are a lot of fun. I love the progression of guns. You have to use other guns. For the first time, like one of the first times, Call of Duty really requires you to use other guns to unlock other guns. I like that. The campaign has been a lot of fun. I haven't finished it, but when you look at this, if like you said, the zombie files, I have no idea what that is or if it's gonna even be anything. But
Right.
man, this game, if this game has campaign, spec ops, um, multiplayer, zombies potentially, and Warzone, that is a lot of effing content. A lot of effing
Yeah, it is.
content. I mean, we haven't even touched Warzone. It's not even out yet. And like, that's a huge base of players right there that love that. There are people that love Spec Ops. There are people that love multiplayer campaign. There's so much to do in this game. There's so many levels to unlock. The maps are just gorgeous. I can go on and on about this game. And I really think it's a great return to form for Call of Duty that was lacking it for the past half a decade. Um, Fantastic game. Maybe I rated it a bit higher, and if you ask me in a couple years, it probably will be lower. But I'm just hoping that this is the start of the peak of Call of Duty again.
Okay. See, I can understand that. I didn't want to go too high with it since it is still new,
Yeah,
but it is a good game. It is a very good game.
it's fun again.
Yeah, it is. So that's gonna take us to my number two, which is actually Modern Warfare 2, the original.
Yeah, it's a banger. Yeah.
Um, the original Modern Warfare 2 almost is my favorite. There is one that beats it. It is a very good game. The campaign is phenomenal. You have the No Russian mission, which is probably the most iconic mission in Call of Duty or in any game almost.
Yeah, yeah.
It was it was such a shock to see that. You did not ever expect that to happen. And I'm like fucking 12 years old watching this shit, you know? It was a very shocking moment. It was very good, It
Yeah.
showed like what a monster this guy was. And that he let you go through with it before he popped you because he knew you were a traitor, you know? Like he was a genius. And honestly, the ending with Ghost and Roach getting popped by Shepard, that was the biggest shock ever.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that shit coming.
Yeah.
And the multiplayer, oh my god, if you could survive a Modern Warfare 2 lobby, you could survive anything.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
were ruthless, man.
Yeah.
Being 12 years old, you don't want to talk on the damn thing because the second they hear squeaker, 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 and then that's it, you're done.
Yeah.
They're gunning for you.
Yeah, that's true.
People were ruthless on this game. And there's one special clip that is always going to be dear to my heart from this, and it's that riot shield argument where
Oh
they're arguing in
yeah.
the lobby about the guy using a riot shield.
Yeah.
And honestly, these lobbies were ruthless. It was like the Wild West in these lobbies. And it was
Yeah.
great. After every match, you'd get back and you just hear the shitty quality mics yelling back and forth. It was so fun. The third game mode I think it was like a Spec Ops thing, and
Yeah.
it wasn't that good. It was okay.
People love it. It's a cult classic.
Yeah, yeah.
Not for
But
us though.
I didn't like Spec Ops mode personally,
Nah.
but the multiplayer and the campaign were both very good, and that is why I had to put it up at number two. It was just very good game, very solid.
Yeah. Whew. Two more.
Two more.
My number two is Black Ops 1.
Huh?
My number two is Black Ops 1.
The fuck did you put at number one then?
My number two is Black Ops 1.
What the fuck?
Now, I was I was 9 when Black Ops 1 came out. I was very young. I love Black Ops 1 entirely. I will not say one single thing bad about it. The main menu fantastic. The menu music for the multiplayer was godly. The maps were fantastic. Nuketown is the most iconic map there ever was. Zombies, it revolutionized zombies, made it into this mainstream thing that everyone was waiting for. The literally, we're gonna talk more about Black Ops 1.
Yeah, we are.
So I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. So now number ones. For me and you. What is your number one?
I mean, it's kind of obvious. My number
Yeah.
one is actually going to be Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 1.
Very, very obvious for me. I've been a Black Ops 1 fanboy since it came out.
Same.
This actually was the first Call of Duty that I got at release. I loved it. I loved
Yeah.
everything about it.
AK-47, Galil.
The guns in multiplayer, you could use any gun, and it was so well balanced, and they were so varied. There were so many. It's not just like they did 2 in one class. Like there were like 10 assault rifles, 10 SMGs. You had 4
Yeah.
shotguns, 4 snipers, 4 LMGs, and a shit ton of pistols and like secondaries.
So
And
many.
like honestly, I think they got like just about everything right with this game. I mean, zombies was phenomenal. You really started to kickstart the Easter eggs and shit. They went to the fucking moon and blew up the Earth in the last in the last zombies map.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. How can you top that?
The Wonder Weapons too.
The wonder weapons, man, the fucking zap gun, the shrink
Thunder
ray, the
gun.
scavenger, thunder gun. Oh my god. And the campaign. The
Yeah.
campaign was
Probably the
honestly,
best
in my
one.
opinion, by far the best campaign in
I
Call of
will
Duty.
agree. Yeah, the best campaign. Yeah.
I mean, Reznov and Mason and Woods and Bowman, like this campaign is still quoted to this day. Like what do the numbers mean, Mason? Like this shit is just it's iconic.
It's so good. The missions and
I think
oh,
every
damn.
mission was a good mission in campaign.
Yeah, escaping the
Multiplayer.
prison.
Oh, dude, escaping the prison was phenomenal.
So good. That was
And
cinema.
then you had you had multiplayer. I favorite multiplayer by far. I loved everything about it, all the maps. I don't think there was one terrible map. I think that they were just kind of, like by any other game standards, they would have been a good map. But for Black Ops 1, all the maps were phenomenal. Like they were all so good.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had like, you had the music and the announcers. The perk system for multiplayer was phenomenal. All like I think there wasn't one thing I would change about Black Ops 1. To me
Yeah.
think it was perfect.
Yeah. It was very, very fantastic. Very,
And I
very
could honestly,
fantastic.
go on hours talking about Black Ops 1. It really is my personal favorite Call of Duty and I think the best Call of Duty.
Yeah. It's it's my number one is Black Ops 3.
Yeah, after thinking about it, I figured that's what it was.
For some reason, I really gravitated towards BO3. Multiplayer for the main reason. Multiplayer, I will say, my favorite game mode in this game was multiplayer. I loved
Really?
multiplayers more than zombie. Yeah. I loved Aquarium. I love Hunted. I love Combine. I love the guns. The AK ripoff, the KN-44 was so fun. The movement in this game, yes, it was futuristic, but my God, did they freaking nail the movement. It was so good because you were limited on what you could do, so you had to be smart with it. You had that one map that was like a simulation of a World War II historic battle, and like the side of the map was like the
Yeah.
buildings. It was called Infection. That was so good. You had the map with the redwood trees. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god,
Yep.
this game, I loved it so much. And honestly, keep it a buck with you, I was the best I ever was at Call of Duty in this game. I would pop raps. I would play it hours and hours on end. I almost max prestige. It was the only one where I almost did. I think I got to prestige 9 out of 10. Nuketown, I mean, 2065 Nuketown was so much fun. Honestly, it's my favorite Nuketown iteration, because of like the wall running and running off the bus and the houses. I know a lot of people don't like that stuff. I love that stuff. I I deeply, deeply love this multiplayer for some reason. I think because it was so beautiful too. The maps were so colorful, and
Oh, they were.
it was the first time we had beautiful maps with the 3-lane concept. Like, and Treyarch loves that 3-lane stuff, man, and they know how to nail it every time.
For
It's
real.
why they're the best map makers ever. It's why they're the best map makers ever. The campaign completely was not for me. I will say I played it, but I did not enjoy it that much. But for me, the best multiplayer ever in Call of Duty. Just personal preference. I don't know if it's really the best Call of Duty, but for me it was. And man, zombies. Didn't even talk about zombies at all. Zombies was god tier as well. Maybe not the best zombies, but it really evolved zombies for the better and knew how to take it in a new direction. And man, Chronicles, bro. Chronicles is an all-time thing. I know that they were reskins and remakes, but man, no game has done that since for some reason.
No, they were phenomenal.
No game. And I mean, we would play, there were like 20 maps you could pick from, dude. Like,
Yeah, that's insane.
you've never had so much selection. BO3 just made they made everybody happy. The zombies community and the multiplayer. Like, even if you didn't like Gobblegums, even if you didn't like the new maps and the boss fights, they gave you something. They gave you Origins. They gave you World at War maps. They gave you BO1 maps, BO2
Yeah,
maps. They give you everything. And
everything you would need.
yeah, I love this Call of Duty. It has a special place in my heart. I know a lot of people don't like it, but for some reason, maybe it was because I was 14 or 13 or whatever at the time. It was my prime for Call of Duty and completely loved it. But honestly, if you point a gun to my head, I probably will say BO1 is the best of all time. I just wanted to be like
Oh, different.
I wanted to be I wanted to give love to a game that doesn't get enough love, I think. Um,
It was a good game.
but yeah, I mean, honestly, there's been probably like 8 or 9 good Call of Duties. A few of them have been bad. I would only say like a few of them really. Like I would say there's probably like most of them are decent, at least
Hmm.
when you really look at it. The newer ones, meh. But that is our list. This video is very long. So we're gonna get out of here and wrap this one up.
Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you stuck through the whole video. We really appreciate it.
Comment extinction if you made it this far.
Yeah, see that?
There you go.